Israel's Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu has vowed to personally pursue senior commanders of Iran's Revolutionary Guards during a visit to an Israeli town struck by an Iranian missile yesterday evening. More than 180 people were injured in strikes on two towns in southern Israel, Arad and Dimona. Let's join our correspondent Sebastian Usher, who's in Dimona in southern Israel, one of those areas targeted. Sebastian.
I think if you look around, you'll get an idea of the devastation that just one missile getting through can cause, and the anger, again, that we've heard from the Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu and from the President Isaac Herzog, who also visited the site in Arad, where we were a bit earlier. But here in Dimona, you can see one building destroyed here. There's a kindergarten, which was destroyed down there. The impact site is directly behind me over there. Deep, deep crater that was created. And over there is a house where a man's family, his wife and his son, barely survived. Essentially, it was the 8th warning that they'd received that day, and the son didn't want to go to the shelter. The wife insisted. They went into it. That's the only thing that's still properly standing, untouched, and they survived. Now, that crater, as I say, didn't make impact with the building. The same case in Arad. People there and people here are bemoaning what has happened, the casualties, the damages. The damages will be quickly dealt with, I think, by the Israeli government, but also seeing that there was a certain luck that they didn't make that impact, and that luck may not last. The Defense Minister, Israel Katz, was here standing by the crater site just about half an hour ago, and he said that if this continues, Israel will launch attacks that will set Iran back decades.
And how has this changed attitudes within Israel?
I think what it's doing is really solidifying the support for this war. Many people, I mean, I've spoken to many people here and in Arad and elsewhere who don't support the Prime Minister, Benjamin Netanyahu, on many issues, but do on Iran. A very similar story to what happened last year in the 12-day war. And each one of these attacks, and people look at the devastation, the people who survive the devastation feel that this shows the justification for the argument that they're making. I just had a long conversation with the husband of the wife and the teenager who survived. And he was saying, you have to understand when you see this, our case, how can you not see that we're right when this happens? And I think that is the sense that many Israelis, they see this, they live it, or they see it on television, they fear that it might come to them. But rather than making them fearful of the impact, the cost it might be for them, it actually seems to be hardening their attitude.
Sebastian, for the moment, thank you very much. Sebastian Usher in southern Israel.